Our conclusion, First News Forum, State Senator Jay Paul Gumm of Durant, a frequent guest because, well, I host the show. I happen to like politics, and it's good to know.
And I work cheap.
And yeah, and you work cheap. We don't have to pay him a whole lot. Free water, for sure.
There you go.
Tell me a little bit about, I was thinking about this week. We did a news story on your colleague from Durant, state representative, thinking about running for higher office.
Yeah.
Is it early for that?
It is to some degree, but you've already got people starting to announce. And,
right.
And John, I believe, said he was 99.9%
yes.
in, which is a way of saying I'm in. I just haven't had my formal announcement yet. There's going to be a lot of people run for that. We've already got Senator Kenneth Corn, who has announced. You will have, I'm certain, a couple of Republican state senators jump in there. Basically, you're going to get any governor wannabes, any governors in waiting who might think this is the way to go, because the governor's race in 2010 is going to be, really, you got your heavy hitters in the Democratic Party already in. You've got Jerry Askins, the lieutenant governor, and Drew Edmondson, the attorney general. That's going to suck a lot of the oxygen out of the room, a lot of the money off the table. So everybody's focusing at lieutenant governor because nobody thinks they can beat those two. And you got a lot of folks who think they might someday want to be governor who's looking at lieutenant governor. The problem is the statistics don't bear that out. The better way to become governor is to go directly from the legislature. Of the last 8 governors, 7 of them came directly from the legislature, or that was their last political office they held. Only 1 came from the lieutenant governor's office, and that was Governor Nye, and it was on his 2nd or 3rd attempt at it. So statistically, the legislature is the better way to go if you want to someday become governor. You know, it appears House District 21 is going to be open. That's part of most of Bryan County. So I will have a new partner if I'm run and get reelected in 2010 out of one of my 5 counties, and that'll be very, very interesting. John and I, we were elected together, and we've served together ever since we first took the oath of office on the same day. So that'll be an interesting race. Bryan County politics is it's a full contact sport, a lot of entertainment in there. So there'll be a number of people that look at that job, and so it's going to be a fun year.
A lot of fish fries, bean and chili suppers.
Absolutely. And the like. But you know, you've got a U.S. Senate race. Senator Coburn is up. You got all the statewide, governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general. You're already having people line up for attorney general. Ryan Leonard, former Governor Keating's son-in-law, is announced for attorney general. Everyone says Senator Glenn Coffey, the president pro tempore of the Senate, is going to look at attorney general or something else. He's term limited, so he has to go somewhere else. You're going to have state superintendents up. Everybody's wondering if Sandy Garrett's going to run for re-election. Everybody's wondering about what state treasurer Scott Meacham's going to do. His name is mentioned quite often for governor. We're going to have the 5th Congressional District in Oklahoma and Pottawatomie and Seminole counties come open because Congresswoman Mary Fallon, former lieutenant governor, is going to be running for governor on the Republican side. We keep hearing potentially that Congressman Cole, who I share Marshall County with, may look at governor. So it's going to be a very, very interesting year.
And Jay Paul Gumm's going to run for state senate again? Maybe?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Not a lieutenant governor for you? Or
you never say never in this business, but right now my plan is to seek re-election.
Can't blame me for asking this early out. You know?
No, not at all.
All right, let's recap. Nix's law, obviously dead and in the original form, but
not giving up yet.
You're not giving up yet.
Absolutely
the grocery tax, there's a proposal out there.
Weak and timid,
Speaker of the House
alive.
says any tax cut's probably not going to happen like that. What's next? What between now and May 22nd?
We'll continue to be talking about Nix's law.
Okay.
I'm working on the Children's Cabinet. That's an initiative from Lieutenant Governor Askins. We've passed the Senate without any opposition. The interesting part is that bill is now over in the House of Representatives. Bless their hearts, the House of Representatives killed an identical bill that was starting over there. So it'll be very interesting to see if politics plays in this thing, or if we can actually get together a group of stakeholders and children's issues, sit around the table and talk about helping kids. that's probably going to be the primary focus. A lot of issues relating to economic development that we're going to continue to fight to make sure that Oklahoma's economy stays as strong as it can as the rest of the nation continues to suffer pretty horribly. And so job creation and economic development is going to continue to be incredibly important, and we're going to be working on that as well.
And free and reduced costs of college, I guess, plays a factor in that as well.
Absolutely. We've got to make sure that more kids are able to go into college, and one of the big battles that's about to happen is on what we do to eligibility with the Oklahoma Higher Learning Access Program, which right now, if your family makes less than $50,000 a year, we'll pay for your college if you agree to take tough classes, stay out of trouble, and do the things that you need to do to prepare for college.
Okay.
So that's going to be a battle over the eligibility for that.
I understand. State Senator Jay Paul Gumm, always a pleasure to have you.
Enjoyed it.
All right, we're going to try and get him back on before the end of the legislative session. That's all for First News Forum. Good night.